Good day, it's Ivy again. We are continuing now with our section 2. As you have noted in the previous section, we spoke about section 1 and section 2, and we were going through section 1. Now this is section 2. When you get tenders, there is always section 1 and section 2 separately. So this is the pricing schedule of what they are buying there in the RFP document. So here I will take you through how to complete this form and how to do your pricing schedule. So this is where now you write your bidder name. This is the company that is bidding, and the bid number. The bid number, remember, is that RFP, the GT-GDE 066/2020. So you will write the RFP there and your company name. Bidder name, GT-GDE 066/2020. So as I've said, you can also download this in Word and complete it. Then you can just print for signatures and other information that you did not complete. Let's say now here it's IV Pty Ltd. So you'll put your company name and the bid name. And the note, if the information required regarding each item cannot be inserted in the space provided on either page 1, 2, or 3 of this form, additional information may be attached. So you are allowed to attach, maybe make annexures, put them nicely, just clearly indicate what this information is. If it's an edition of page 1 because the space was too small, your information could not fit, so you can just attach them nicely. Let's say, for example, you want to attach let's say, okay, for this one they are buying, it's a lot of items, so obviously if you want to put them nicely, you can just put price for, let's say, that site where now you have to put prices for all the items. Then you can just do annexures. Let's say the CVs, you can put annexure A, maybe you write on the cover page it's CVs for all your staff, CV for all the project manager CV, or that is just what they mean there. And then I'm not gonna go through this note here. This is not admin compliance, it is now the deep part of that of the document. So this is still the description. At least they've given you the description here and the period. So now when you are going to quote, please, I'm saying this again, take note of the period. You are not rendering this service for 1 year. Make sure that your prices is included in these 3 years. Make sure your prices are all in there for the next coming 3 years. You will be paying your employees, you'll be buying maybe sanitizers, I don't know, on quarterly basis or what, for the next coming 3 years. So please take note of this part. No, I can't highlight. Okay. How do I go down? Sorry, let me. Okay. So now, and here the price including VAT. Now this is the most important part. They are saying to you, refer to paragraph 16 of RFP 03 and condition number 3 on RFP 06 of 1 of 3. So you cannot just get this section and you thinking, okay, Ivy said their budget is it's for 80-20, like it won't exceed 50 million, and you decide to write 50 million there. 50 million, yeah, you can't. 50 million, yeah, so you cannot just decide to write 50 million there without you going through what is it that is needed. So when they refer you to paragraph 16, obviously it should be a guidance on what is it that you need to code. So we'll come back to this page. Usually we skip this page, then we'll come back to it, because this page is now where you need to put your final price of everything that is needed here, including everything that is needed for 3 years, and then including the VAT. So you will put the main price there. So let's quickly go to look for this paragraph for okay, let's go to okay, here, the pricing schedule, page 4 of 15. So the pricing schedule here, these are the items, the description of the items, item 1 to 14. This is what they want. So they told you that they want other items here, they want them in stainless steel, other it's plastic, and the plastic is white. So the auto paper, what is the price of this auto, the auto paper hand cabinet, towel cabinet? So what is the price if they want this in stainless steel? That is why I'm still referring you to the TOR, the terms of reference. You go through that and then you will check, did they say they want it in stainless steel, this cabinet? If it's a plastic, then you will get the price for schedule, the price of one of this unit. So if you are going to install, to supply and to install, let's say in the head office and other district that they said, let's say you applied for 3, so obviously you are going to install, you will check how many are going to install. These are hand towels, so for it's how many toilets that are there. So here you will put the price of these auto paper hand towels, how many. But here the 1 unit, so for 1 unit, I don't know, I can't edit this page now. I seem to cannot edit this one. So okay, so for this one, the auto paper, you will put the price per unit including VAT. This is the price that you're buying with, or because when you buy it, you paid VAT. So you are not going to say they charged you, let's say 15 rand, for example, for peace sake, 15 rand. When you bought at Macro, for example, you paid VAT, so you'll give us the price of 15 rand there, because that 15% is included. If it's 20 rand here for plastic, then you'll give us is 20 rand. They want it per unit. So now, for now, we are not doing them as the whole, let's say, as the whole paper hand towels for the whole organization, or here they just want per unit. And the toilet dispenser, it's how much per unit, including that VAT. VAT is with the price that you bought with. So you will put all the prices there per unit, and then you check if it's a stainless steel, if it's a plastic. Then now you add the price, total price for all this per unit. You add it now including VAT. How much are all this? How much are all these units including VAT? Then you will put the prices there. And they are saying all prices must be inclusive of installation and maintenance costs for a period of 3 years. So here now, when you put the final price, make sure that the ones that you are going to install, then you will include their prices here on the final price. The ones that need installation, or like the wall mounted bin, the wall mounted bin you're going to install. So how much, including the installation, including the maintenance, because you will still need to maintain it for the next coming 3 years. And this is not the only part. This is not the only part that you need to quote. Remember, these are the equipments that they want. So they just gave you the schedule for the equipment. And then now let's go back to this page, not the page. Yeah, it's page 2 of 15. Now here on page 2 to 15, take note of that pricing schedule, the equipments that they gave you and their prices. So here is a specific guarantee. If a specific guarantee is required in the specific, are the goods services accordingly guaranteed. So if they told you that these goods or services must be guaranteed, obviously they need to be guaranteed. What is it that cannot make them guaranteed? So it's a service that is guaranteed. You will come and you do. So there is nothing that will stop you, unless if they say the building is bent, or we don't know, but it won't be because maybe there is unrest, maybe you did not pay your suppliers and all that. So that cannot stop you from guaranteeing us the service. So if they gave you a specific time period, let's say this installation must take 1 month, so within that 1 month your services must be guaranteed, then you need to make sure that by the end of that period everything is in order. And you will indicate here the name and addresses of offices where the service will be managed, your office. So this is where now your office, if you will have, for example, let's say for cleaning purpose, let's say for example, you need to have an office in our office, like in your client office. They will provide you a smaller office so that you can be managing your employees, you can be managing the things that are done there. Let's say if ever, let's say your equipments are broken, so obviously you need to be managing, you need to be making sure that the toilet papers, your things are working. So on a daily basis or maybe weekly basis, you need to be there. If there are those departments that will provide you a smaller office where you will be managing your services from. So and other addresses, this will be your addresses where your company is run from. So you will put your physical addresses there. If you have one office, it's still fine. You can run your office from wherever. You'll put the office name and then the physical address. And here the project plan overview, this part. Now this is the part of the person in the position, people who will be involved in this project for the next coming 3 years. You are not going to be working alone, so they want to know who will be involved and their rates that are applicable. So the person, let's say you have chosen 4 sites, for example. You have chosen 4 sites that you want to render the service, as they've given you different corridors, different regions, different offices. So if when you choose, like you want to, maybe you want to render the services to 4, for example, and then you will need maybe 1 supervisor or 2 supervisors for each, for maybe 2 sites. Then you will put the supervisor here. The position is the person, you put the person, the name, and the position, which is the supervisor. And then how many are they? You can just write the supervisors here. How many are they? If you have 2 supervisors, you put here, you can write supervisors, and then how many? There are 2. And then how much is the hourly rate? So you need to get their rate. You can check on the Department of Labor website, how much you pay supervisors for this kind of work, and how much is their daily rate. So you'll just count how much is the hourly rate if you pay them, let's say 10 rand per hour, and then per day they work like maybe 8 hours, so it will be 8 rand times the 8 hours, then you get the daily rate. And then maybe you will have an installer of all your equipments, those equipments, and then how many installers. Maybe for example, I'm just giving an example, you need 4, then you'll give how many the hourly rate for these 4, how much are they getting per hour, and then the daily rate, the hours that they need to work. And then maybe you need what else would you need here? Maybe you need the driver that will be, you know, like delivering your things, or maybe going to buy and all that. How many drivers for all your sites, and then the hourly rate and the daily rate there. So I was just giving an example of how to fill this part. So you get the hourly rate there. So now you need to check how much are you going to be paying these people for the next coming 3 years. That is another from the pricing schedule of the items there. Now you're adding labor. So your labor now is how many people and how much will it be, including like the daily rate of everyone. How much will it be for a month, including you, as you also have to pay yourself a salary. So how much will it be? So you will finally just put it somewhere now, because you will add it to something else. Let's say, for example, you got whatever amount that you get, you put it aside. And the phases to which the project will be completed, cost per phase, and man days to be spent. So for this one, they just want you to supply, to install, and to maintain all those things that they wanted. So they want you to supply the consumables, the refill, the cleaning of toilet, deep cleaning of toilets, and all that. So in this, obviously you're going to need cleaners. This deep cleaning, other people that you're going to get is your cleaners, the people that are going to to do the deep cleaning of this toilet. So how many will they be, the hourly rate and all that. So you get the amount. So the phases to which the project will be completed, cost per phase, and man days to be spent. You can choose to put this in phases, because obviously this is project management. The project management, you cannot just run. If they tell you that by 1 month, they're giving you specifically maybe 1 month to finish installing everything. By 1 month, at the end of 1 month, everything must be in order. So you will check, okay, what is it that we start with? Let's say if you're starting by installing the paper towel, they said that paper towel thingy, then you will do, let's say the building has 9 floors and maybe how many toilets, for example, maybe 30. So obviously your phase here, maybe for phase 1, you can do that. How much is the rent value? So you will put the rent value for that phase of putting the hand towels, and then the hand towels, a cabinet, and then how much is the rent value for installing this for that. Let's say it will take you how many hours, or maybe 2 days. If it takes you 2 days, so you can put 2 days or whatever hours for 2 days, 48 hours, or then how much is the rent value for this installation. And then maybe another phase 2, now you finishing, you putting all these things, maybe you putting the toilet paper dispenser, or maybe you're doing this at once. Let's say the cabinet, the hand paper towels and the cabinet. So how much? Let's say this will take you maybe 36 hours, which is 3 days. Then you can put here, it's that phase 1 that you will do 1, 2 of the cabinet and the dispenser, and then how much will this installation take. And then the next phase, maybe you are busy like installing other things, and then by the end of maybe end of the month you are done. Now everything has been tested. Obviously at the end you need to be testing everything. If like everything now is in order, you are going to start working. So the final stage here will be like the implementation. Now you are running this thing of yours, you are showing the project manager that you are finished and maybe having meetings, then you are done. You are implementing. That is the implementation stage. So how much, like how many hours that implementation stage, testing everything and all, filling the sanitizers, the liquid dispensers, the hand soap, and you are now filling whatever that you are doing. So how long does it take you? And then the hours, maybe it takes you not even 1 day, maybe half a day, like 6 hours. Then that is the last phase, and then the rent value for that. So you code your stages, the stages of you implementing this project. And then now here the travel expenses. This one, for this specific tender, obviously you don't need air travel, you don't need a hotel, you just come from your house to the department going to work. So there are no expenses of traveling to be incurred. This is in case, let's say maybe they need auditors for a specific project in their offices, let's say in Cape Town, and you will need to fly to Cape Town, for example, or you'll need to fly from Cape Town to Johannesburg for this specific, let's say, auditing or other consulting services. Then you will code. But in this one specifically, there won't be any traveling expenses for this one. You will just put your petrol and what under the main price there. And then this is for accommodation. Let's say, for example, if your services will need you to book a 3-star hotel, the food and everything, but for this matter, for this tender, specific tender, there is no 3-star bedroom or the breakfast that for this service that you will be required to go and sleep in a hotel. So but for those ones that are in that kind of service, so you'll put the rate there for your hotel and the food and everything, and then you put the amount, like let's say per night, you put your 3-star per night, and then how many nights did you sleep and the total amount, and then you get the total amount for this accommodation. And then point 5, estimated man days for completion of the project. They said it's 3 years. So obviously you will start here at the end of 120. They said the validity period is 120 days. So you can just project that from 120 days from the day of the advert until you start, then how it will be when. So you can just write, or you can here they say estimated it's 3 years. We'll put 3 years and the start date and end. The end will be the end of 3 years. The start will be the start of by the time they have awarded you the tender. And then are the rates quoted firm for the full period of the contract. So if your prices are quoted firm, meaning your prices are quoted fixed, so you will choose yes if you want fixed prices. You will choose no if your prices are not fixed. And for peace sake, let's say this contract is for 3 years. It cannot be a fixed amount. Everything here, maybe your sanitizers and what and things will go up. The petrol will go up when you travel to go buy your stock and everything. Things will go up. So your prices here cannot be quoted firm. They cannot be fixed. So obviously it will be no. And then and also your employees. In 3 years, maybe your employees will need increase, and the minimum wage maybe will have gone up. So obviously for 3 years, 3 years it's a long time, so you can choose no. And then here, if not firm for the full period, please provide of which basis on which the adjustment will be applied for. So for example, CPI, so you will put the examples. What is it that might, you know, increase your price? That what is it that make your prices not to be fixed? So you will put the details there, and then you sign, and then you put the date. So this is the page that you went to. And this page, non-firm prices. Non-firm prices may be loaded when calculating comparative prices. In case of bid prices being subject to rate of exchange variation, please specify the amount as well as the applicable rate of exchange at the time of bidding application. So for this part, let's say on this specific tender, there is nothing that you're going to import here. Everything, I guess, is locally manufactured, so there is nothing. So the local portion here, imported portion is 0. Usually they put, the department should put for you, and the local portion is 100. So the total portion is 100%. So the rate of exchange here, you are not going to exchange anything in regard with this tender. So in case, if let's say you are importing, you are in a services, or you are providing us with goods that need to be imported, then they will show you how much of the imported portion and how much of the local portion you need to provide us with. So maybe they say 80-20, let's say 80 local and 20, so you will need to provide us with 20 imported portion of that good that they are buying, or the goods, because it can be a service. So the amount subject to rate of exchange on this 20% that you are importing, the item that need that will need this price adjustment. So you will put that the amount and the rate of exchange variance for that imported portion, the item. Let's say you are importing maybe 20%, and that 20% is 3 items of whatever that they want. So you will put item 1 and what is the rate of exchange variance for that, according to you know, like your international standards. Then you will put that the variance there. And then the exchange rate applicable as at the time of bidding. So what was the exchange rate at the time of bidding? So at that time when the tender was advertised, on the day that the tender went out, that item, what was it, and what was the exchange rate at the time of bidding? So you'll put that amount there. And then here, for all items to which non-firm prices apply, bidders must submit a cost breakdown which indicates the proportion of the prices subject to adjustment. So here you will put the items, those items that that you need price adjustment on, the things that are not fixed prices. So you will put those items there. The things that their prices are not fixed. But if, remember, you chose that your prices are fixed for the full period of this project, then you are not going to be putting items that will need price adjustment here. But if you said no for the full period of 3 years, then you'll put what are those items that you need price adjustment. And here they are giving you formulas. It's a formula, it's a method for price adjustment. So they are saying where price adjustment based on escalation formula is chosen as the method of price adjustment, variation in the actual cost for whatever reason are for the account of the successful bidder. This applies the formula based adjustment or the proven cost. So you can choose between this formula base, or you can choose between 2.1 and 2.2. We'll go to 2.2, and they are saying both of this method cannot be both entertained at the same time. So choose what is best for you. If you are good in maths, you can use this formula for your price adjustment, or you can just do a motivation with your proven cost increase. What is it that has gone up? What is it that need price increase? So this is just the formula for your price adjustment. If you want, then you will put what is PA, what is 1 minus V, and all that. So you will put your details there. And these are the D1 will be these factors: the labor, transport, clothing, footwear, and transport, and all that. So you can just use that formula. And all this formula, this is the method 2, where they are saying you can just submit your documentary proof for price adjustment. So here now they are saying application of the price adjustment. GPG suggests an initial fixed period of at least 6 months from the effective date of any agreement which may be awarded as a result of this RFP. Specify from what date the first price adjustment will be applicable. So here they say GPG suggests at least 6 months for you to render the service, at least for the first 6 months. Render the service, then without even you coming for. Remember we said that the price, make sure that your price is included. We'll go back to that page, then I will explain further. In your main price, after you have put everything, your labor, your transport, your everything, now getting to the main price, make sure that you include everything: your staff, their payments, their salaries, your material, your labor, and everything, so that you can survive for the next 6 months without you applying for price adjustment, because this you will only do after 6 months. And then from there, now they are saying they suggest quarterly adjustment. Then you can request for price adjustment quarterly until the end of your contract. And these are the please specify for each item and individual. So here, at least with this adjustment on documentary proof, so you can just, you see this is item number, the space maybe might be small, so as they've said, you can just add like some documents, attach, you can attach other documents. If your items, let's say you put item 1 here, and what is the amount for this price adjustment? Let's say item 1, maybe you put petrol, and then what is the amount now as you are applying for this tender, you will put, because they will compare the price for now on this original document, and by then, let's say after 6 months when you come back for price adjustment, so all the items that you need price adjustment, you'll put there, in the 6 month story and the quarterly there. And then again, these are for for the non-firm prices, for the items that you import. So you will put those items there, the particulars of the financial institution that you got this ROE from, the rate of exchange, and then you put those items there, and what is the price that you bought from there, the currency that you use, the ZAR, and the portion of price subject to rate of exchange, amount in foreign current remitted abroad. So you put all the details there. And then adjustment for rate of exchange variation during the contract period will be calculated by using the average monthly exchange rate as issued by your commercial bank. So the rate of exchange that you give, obviously it's not what you think. The department will just check on obviously the department have a record, they check, we have market researchers, they check on the commercial bank or the main bank of South Africa, which is our reserve bank, how much is the rate of exchange for everything that they need for that specific time. So here is the BEE. They are saying preference points claim form in terms of the PPR. These are again the PPR that we referred you to go and read. So the general condition, this is the 80-20 system that I explained about, that the tender, the 80-20 is up to a budget of 50 million and the 90-10 is anything above 50 million. So now for this specific one, it's 80-20. This is where now they got this 80-20 from the PPR 2017. The 80-20 is there. Either the 80-20 or, but here they need to choose one. They can't use either 80-20 or 90-10, so they choose one. And here is that story again. For price, they say it's 80 points. For BEE, it's 20 points. The total under this stage of evaluation is 100 points. And then failure of the bidder to not submit a triple BEE certificate or SON affidavit will interpret that, will mean that you do not want to claim these points. If you, these points, this is the maximum points for this point system, 80-20, 20 points. So here they're it's just definitions of what these terms that are mainly used here, what they mean. And then these are this is the formula that they need, that they use to award for price. So they will use this formula under 80-20. This is the formula. This is not the formula for you to use, it's our formula in-house to use. So they are just showing you how the points are awarded for price using this formula. For 80-20, using this one for 90-10. And they explain what is PS, PT, and P-min there. And this is the, it shows that if you are level 1, this is the status level contributor. If you are level 1, then these are the points that you get. Under 90-10 you are 10, under 80-20 you are 20 points. And then so here you can just read, this is the subcontracting. Here you choose, here according to the BEE Act or the BEE codes, if your company is an EME, a turnover of between 0 and 10 million per annum, then you are level 1, then you give yourself points. You just write level 1 and then you are 20 points. And then under subcontracting there, if you are subcontracting, you give us the percentage of and the name of your subcontractor, their BE status level. If the contractor, that subcontractor is an EMA or QSE, then you will choose the QSE is just a company that makes more than 50 million per annum. EME, it's between 0 and 10 million. So you can just go up or go to those PPR and then you, or the BEE, this BE codes, and then you can just get to know what is it that when they say QSE, when they say EME, when they say BEE and all that. When you have time, please just go through that, the BEE codes or the PPR, those preference points regulation of 2017. And the designated group there. If subcontracting, this is subcontracting. Are you subcontracting to any of this? You can just read this through. Are you subcontracting? If you are subcontracting to black people that are EME, you choose. If it's black people with disability, you choose them. And then are they EME or are they QSE now? Or if it's any, then you'll any of any other except this one. So you'll just select it. And if feasible to subcontract for a contract above 30 million, an organ of state must apply subcontracting to advanced designated group as per These are the regulations that that guides us. Please make sure that you read this. For this 30 million if feasible subcontract, it's not all the companies that can subcontract, but as the organ of state, they can use these regulations to put this clause if the tender, let's say, it's above 30 million, to subcontract to any. If let's say it's you who get it, and let's say this tender is above 30 million, then and the department has seen that the budget value, like the quotation, they did all their market research that the budget is within that above 30 million, then they can put a clause that you subcontract to any of this, or whoever get the contract can subcontract to any of these designated groups. So here is just the declaration where now you put your company VAT and company registration number, the business activities that this company of yours do, are you a supplier, manufacturer and all, and then total number of years the company has been in business, then you put the number of years. So here is the information. You declare that the information that you have given to us is true and the truth only, and if the information is wrong, this is what your client will do. The department can disqualify you from the bidding process if they find out that any information that you have given to us is not according to what they have found out. So they can cancel the contract if they've already awarded you the contract, recover all the costs, and forward the matter for criminal prosecution, and also forward your name to that tender defaulters or restricted suppliers that is sitting to with National Treasury. So the last page here, you sign, and then they need witnesses. So we can go back to page 1. Now page 1. Now back to page 1. When you have collected, when you have quoted, when you have collected all your prices, now you know you have included salaries, you have included your project managers, you have included all your employees and the installation and the maintenance and everything for 3 years. Now you will know how much is the total price. If it's 30 million, when you've added everything, including your markup here, including what is this? Including your markup, including VAT also. So you will put the total amount there. Let's say, for example, it's 30 million. I'm just giving an example. Then you will write your final price here for 3 years for all the sites that you have chosen. And then here they're asking how many days from the closing date of the bid the offer is valid for. They gave you there in that other page, they said it's 120 days. So you will put here 120, the time required for delivery, start and acceptance, state in hours, and is the delivery period for this service firm. So is the delivery period for this service fixed? So obviously it has for this one will be fixed, because you have to deliver. If they gave you 1 month, within 1 month everything must be set. Because what if they don't have all those paper towels and people want to use the toilets and all that? So it has to be fixed for that period. Then specification and guarantee. The service name is that description. Is this description? What is it that they want? That description. This description is the service that they require here. Is the offer strictly to specification? Meaning that this part, if the offer is strictly to is it strictly according to the TOR, those terms of reference? Is it everything that they wanted? If they told you that they want supervisors, are you bringing 2 supervisors? If they want all these items that are exactly as they want, stain steel, plastic white, what sanitizer, dispenser, toilet paper dispenser, everything, is it strictly to their specification now? So if it is you will put here, you will tick yes. If it's a no, tell them the reason. Maybe you could not find the stainless steel hand towel, or the plastic one you didn't find white, maybe you found cream white, because the white one is out of the market. You have searched everywhere, you checked, it's not there. Maybe you can just put those kind of reasons there, that you didn't, it's not according to specification, because you went everywhere, you went to all the manufacturers. When you did your quotation, you could not find a stainless steel kind of equipment that they are looking for. But most of the times it's the offer is directly to specification. So unless if it is, then you will tick no and give the reasons there. And is the service guaranteed? Obviously yes, it will be guaranteed. And thank you so much. This is the end.